showing the demo. I think we have an additional demo coming up with Kashif from Aqua, who's going to show us some interesting things that Aqua brings to the table with regards to the security space, especially with Fargate, ECS, and other things. So let's welcome him to the stage.
Yes.
While he's walking up, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he's going to be talking about scanning vulnerabilities. So that's one of the things that you can pretty easily do with Fargate. Say, for instance, if you want to use CI/CD, which we'll talk more about later, and create a pipeline, you can have a Fargate service that's running, and if you want to just update the task, but you want to make sure that the image is scanned and is okay before it actually goes and puts a new one out there. So that makes it a lot easier to make sure that if you pulled an image from somewhere that it's safe.
Perfect, and I think that's a super important thing to know. You know, if folks have sort of grown up and lived in the virtual machine world and obviously know about gold images and storing those images and retrieving them to start new services. Some of those same things are important in the container world as well. So container instances come from images, and those images need to be stored, secured, and trusted, which is something that we have some great partners that are going to focus on. So looks like we may be ready. So I'm going to turn the table and the mic over to Kashif at Aqua.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting you guys. Hello, good morning. And let me just get my presentation up. Great, this is good. Oh. Yeah, that's good enough. We're good, yeah. Awesome. All right, my name is Kashif. I'm a Senior Solutions Architect with Aqua Security. And today, I'm going to show you what Aqua could do about protecting your containers on ECS, EKS, or AWS Fargate, really. It doesn't really, we cover the whole gamut. But a quick brief intro to what Aqua is, who Aqua is. Aqua is a full container lifecycle security solution. So when I said full lifecycle is from build all the way to runtime, we protect your containers. Let me go ahead and go to the next slide here. So our approach is, we like to get embedded in early on. So we integrate with any CI/CD tool that you have. You could, we're really agnostic to a CI/CD tool, so it doesn't really matter to us. So when you integrate early on to your CI/CD, you're really doing the whole shift left movement. You're bringing security tools to the developers. And what's good about that is when you build an image and it fails, the developer knows right away why it failed. What are the vulnerabilities it has, and and take action against it. In the past, what would happen is you would scan the image, then you get the successfully build, and you wait for someone from operation or security to tell you that you have a vulnerability. And there could be a lot of time that has passed since then. But now the developer is able to see what the problem is, help fix the issue, and go on to the next task. It's really nice. And then we maintain the integrity of the image from build all the way to runtime. What that allows us to do is, image assurance. You make sure that the image that you scan and approve is the image that you are allowed to run. If anything has changed during that process or during that life cycle pipeline, Aqua will block that actively. So if you add something to it after you build, Aqua is going to say, hey, this doesn't match the image that I scanned, so therefore I'm going to go ahead and block this one. And the best practice really is if you have a problem with an image that you're using, you don't edit a live container. You go back to the build, you do it in dev, and then you go through your pipeline, and then you would go through the whole process. And the other option, a great option, is like if you're on ECS today, or and you using Aqua, and tomorrow you go to EKS or Fargate, it's really the same thing. There's no difference, right? So whatever policy you built for your ECS environment or EKS environment would work with Fargate without any problem. And I'll go a little bit into that for sure. So here's a good overview of how Aqua works. There's a couple of scenarios we have, a couple of models that we follow. If you're on your ECS or EKS, you would deploy Aqua as a container within your environment. But with Fargate, you don't have that layer. Everything that's abstracted for you. It makes it a lot easier. It's a container as a service, so you don't have a host. Typically you can't put a different container in there. But with Aqua, with each task definition you have in Fargate, a task could have multiple containers within there. So with Aqua, we have multiple options in that scenario. So we could have a sidecar container model where it goes along with your other task, or we could actually embed our enforcer within the container and provide the protection you need. So whatever model you decide to use, Aqua will be able to handle it. So a couple of key features, right? So we support multiple languages, many languages. We have, we subscribe to many different vendors. We for your vulnerability listing. So our database of vulnerability is huge. It's vast. So we provide a lot less false positives when you scan your images. We can scan for hard-coded secrets within the image, tokens like private keys or certificates. We could also scan the image for any malware, all coming together at the same time. So it's really good. So you have, when you scan an image in the beginning, we really go deep into it and take it apart and understand what's really going on. So what I just quickly spoke to you about was, so what I quickly spoke to you about was the image scanning part of it. And then on the left hand is how do you protect the container at runtime. And that's where Aqua really comes in and shines as well. So you do the image scanning on one side and you do the runtime on the other side. So let's, there's a lot of more slides, but let's just go deep into the demo right now. So in this demo, what I'll do is I'll show you an application I built. Here we go. So here are all the image scanning that we did with Aqua, and I have my Gaudi image here. So Gaudi is a good image, so let's go into a terminal here. So if I try to, I put privileges here, I put setup controls around here. So if I do ls, it will work fine. If I do ps, I'm going to block ps. ps is our denied service, permission denied. So that's because we actually denied the process of ps. Now if I do ping localhost, you can see it's working. cd/bin. Now if I copy ping to pong, and if I do pong localhost, you can see it's permission denied. That's our drift prevention in effect. Pong was not in the original image, so therefore Aqua denied that. So that could help against zero-day attacks. It could help against malware or those crypto mining attacks that happen. So we're able to protect that. Now if I do curl amazon.com, you can see it works. But in my policy, I could quickly go and update my policy. and just prevent that network from happening. So I saved it. Now if I do call Amazon.com, it won't go anywhere. It just gets stuck. And that's Aqua in a nutshell. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks so much for that. So now I'm going to kick it back to you. I think I got there first. So what do you think?
I like all these cool demos because it seems like every single one is just so different than the other. So depending on like how you like doing things, what you want to do, you have so many options to actually like pick, and then like being able to go and interact with it, and then how you're going through the CLI and then showing it that way is just like a really cool concept for how you have it set up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think to kind of recap, we sort of finished the security portion of the Twitch stream, and I think we've seen some great things from 3 great partners in Operetto, Twistlock, and Aqua. And we encourage everyone to, if they're looking for some solutions in this space, to check those partners out and give them a test drive and see if they can be useful within your environment. So I think what we're going to do next is sort of change the mode a little bit from security to monitoring and logging. So Tiffany, I think you're going to get up and show us a couple of things in the monitoring space.